In the Montessori environment, we believe that the child's classroom is theirs. It belongs to them. They know where everything is. They're familiar with the people that are in the classroom, and we call it a children's house. They spend almost as much time with us here as they do at home, so it's like their home. The Montessori School of Silicon Valley is pleased to introduce the Montessori Enrichment Studios. The full implementation of the Montessori curriculum will continue through the morning each day. We started the studio programs because most of our children come 5 days a week, and we have this wonderful Montessori program in the morning, and we felt that we needed something in addition to that in the afternoons. By adding the studio enrichment programs, we're able to have an additional specialized staff to come in the afternoon and give the children much more. The studio enrichment programs are offered in our afternoon program and are in addition to everything we already offer. Our specialized studio teachers work alongside our professional Montessori guides. The wonderful Montessori program will continue in the afternoon. However, the children may also choose to work in the studio. What we've done that's different is we hired specialized staff to come in and focus solely on the specific enrichment studio. So these teachers are able to spend their time planning, prepping, and then working with the children in their area of expertise that they're passionate about. The Montessori School of Silicon Valley Enrichment Studio program enhances the child's educational experience. We offer art, dance and music, cooking and gardening studios. These programs help to lighten the load on you, busy parents, by centralizing many of your child's extracurricular activities all in one place. Each studio program runs for 12 weeks at a time in a classroom. Children in the full-time program can choose to work in the studio or continue to work with the Montessori curriculum, independent art, cultural, and other practical life activities in the classroom. The studios are open daily from 4 to 6 p.m. Although the children can choose on their own when to participate, the studio is open to all children in the classroom. The studios are designed to be process-centered. So when children have that freedom of choice and the freedom of movement in their own environment that they're used to being in every day, they thrive. At the end of each studio session, an opening is prepared. This is an opportunity for the children to show parents and family their work from the studio session. Also, what's different is the studios happen every day in a classroom, so the children get used to being with that same studio teacher every day for those 12 weeks. In the art studio, the art lessons in the studio program are designed to introduce and develop some fundamental art and practical life skills.
They kind of have to deal with a lot of arts. We have watercolor this day, we have acrylic this day, and we have oil pastels, and like chalk pastels and all of that. So it's in their own environment because they are in like their own classroom. So they get to enjoy both of them at the same time. So I think that's like a good thing about the program itself, that we are in the same classroom and we get to stick in the same classroom.
It is a process of exploration of some basic art media and techniques. The children will begin with the basic techniques and begin to build on different mediums and techniques to produce one community art piece.
They love playing with clay, making their own pots, their frames. They love experiencing with watercolor and like different art types.
During the opening, the different works of all the children will be on display. In the cooking and gardening studio, the children learn food preparation skills at an early age. They learn to appreciate diversity through cooking opportunities and learn math and science skills through hands-on cooking.
Our gardening and cooking and science enrichment studio, it gives children the opportunity to teach them a life skill that a lot of school curriculum overlooks. Within this unit, they get to design, they get to plant, weeding, whisking, cooking, the whole 9 yards.
Each site has a children's garden. Children learn environmental science through work in the gardens. They tend a fall, spring, and summer garden. The gardens provide opportunities to learn environmental science through hands-on experience. Garden beds are also a great way for children to learn about insects and their contribution. The outdoor classroom through gardening activities is both rich and rewarding.
Just from my observation, I can see and feel how engaged they are, whether it's getting their hands dirty in the soil or even washing their vegetables.
We connect the garden to cooking and then connect it to the full-day Montessori classroom, where the children participate in planting, caring for, and harvesting the garden, as well as prepare special food dishes for all to share.
The cooking, garden, and science studio is more than just watering the ground. It's really about the children being able to see that they're influential members of our community. So they're learning a sense of responsibility, patience, nurturance, being able to observe that they can be able to physically make a difference. So all this time where they're watering this seed, they get to see it sprout, they get to see it become a plant, they get to see it produce a fruit, they actually get to eat the fruit together. And so these are fundamental skills that's going to have them realize that I do matter. I can make a difference. I can be a leader. I can be an out-of-the-box thinker. And when they have these skills and set at such a young age, you'll see the confidence blossom, just like the flowers in our own garden. So I'd like to share with you a quote that Dr. Maria Montessori herself said about the outdoor community. Children indeed love flowers, but they need to do something more than remain among them and contemplate their colored blossoms. They find their greatest pleasure in acting, in knowing, and exploring, even apart from the attraction of external beauty. By having these studios, these children will make that connection of not only to themselves, to nature, but to themselves, to mankind.
During the opening, the children will prepare a delicious snack for parents to enjoy. In the dance and music studio, musical instruments, different styles of music, as well as 5 to 7 different dances will be taught in small circle time activities for children who wish to participate in the dance and music studio.
One of the ways that the Studio Enrichment connects to the Montessori program is that I am actually in the classroom prior to our dance. I'm a consistent part of their afternoon and I'm there regularly. In most cases, a dance class that happens once a week, but in this case, we have it daily. And with our regular ritualized classes, what we're also doing is reinforcing the principles that are addressed in the earlier part of the day, and we're making it a continuation of our morning activity. To be more clear, all of the things that we're trying to establish in the beginning of the day, we try to keep them going as we go through the music and dance studio. One of the things that we've implemented to do this is shelf work. And we have some work on the shelves that reinforce the things that we teach in the dance class. We've got things like dance cards and a mirror so that the children can practice positions. And we've got gems with musical notes on them to help the kids learn the positions of the keys on a keyboard, and which coincides also with the xylophone that they're just going to be learning about this week.
The Dance and Music Studio introduces the child to various styles of dance, including ballet, creative movement, and folk. Through a variety of movement, emphasizing basic rhythm, balance, and coordination, the children will explore a wide variety of movement styles.
There are certain parts of music theory, like they talk about finding the note and finding the moment inside of the note and having the feeling that's attached to the sound, and all of those things are very, very basic ways of interacting with something that we later on think are super complex principles. But not only is it entirely accessible to kids, it's also something that they'll grab onto, interpret, understand, and gain this greater knowledge of because we repeat the information. And that repetition is magical. So I see them doing the dances or singing the songs in contexts and in ways and inspired by different things that are completely unrelated to how they learned it. So they're taking the information and they're doing something totally unique with it.
Dancing in a group helps to build social skills and teach teamwork. We teach new movements and 3 to 4 different dances in each session.
Their dancing is not the same rigid expectation that might happen in a dance studio because that's not what we're building. We're building something that's more of an organic expression. And as a result, there's a really nice relationship building that can occur that can't occur in other situations. Like that's a really unique thing.
It's great fun for boys and girls. During the opening, a video will be shown of the children dancing and using musical instruments. The music will play and the children will be invited to dance for their parents if they choose. In the Montessori classroom, the children are still participating in music and movement. They have independent art, cultural activities. They do food prep almost every day in the morning curriculum. So the studio programs are just in addition to everything that we already do, and an enrichment program on top of the fully implemented Montessori program. So as you can see, at the Montessori School of Silicon Valley, not only do we have a wonderful Montessori curriculum, we have this amazing studio enrichment program in the afternoon. It's clear that children are always first with us. Please see our website for the studio schedule for your child.